Welcome back to my channel, Vibes with Intuitively Deep, and today we have a Cancer New Moon practice as I get myself all situated. The Cancer New Moon is happening June 25th, 2025 at 4 degrees of Cancer, which is a Cancer degree, so really emphasizing the heart space, emotional well-being, our roots, our foundations, and our family. If you like to do a restorative yoga practice for this new moon, then definitely have a blanket, some blocks, even if the blocks are some books, some pillows, or a bolster. I'm in my home yoga studio, not my home yoga studio, but my yoga studio that is my home studio that I practice in. Okay, let me be clear. And yeah, let's get started. So the invitation is to find a very comfortable seat, or if that is laying flat on your back, then do that. And begin to take some deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. Just becoming aware of your body. Allowing yourself to anchor into this practice. The new moon Cancer is an excellent time to set some intentions around expanding, because Jupiter is now in Cancer and will make a conjunction. So asking us to expand our idea or our meaning of family, emotional stability, security, and well-being. Coming from the heart space. And from here, we'll take a few breaths together. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Hold it at the top. Open the mouth, sigh it all the way out. Two more, just like that. Inhale deeply through the nose. Hold it at the top. Open the mouth, sigh it all the way out. One more, just like that. And if you'd like to set an intention or a dedication for this practice, this could be the breath to do so. Deep inhale through the nose. Hold it at the top. Open the mouth. Big sigh out. Gently return the breath back to natural rhythm of your breath. And when you're ready, gently blinking open the eyes. And let's move into our first restorative yoga pose, which is child's pose, a wide-laying child's pose. So I'm gonna roll over my shins, coming up into a tabletop. Bringing my blanket that is gonna support my knees in this position, because, no matter if the knees are 27 or 47, they got to be supported. So here they are. We're going to bring our big toes to touch, widen our knees as wide as the mat, bringing our bolster. I'm actually going to bring my blocks because I need to bring the mat to me. If you need to also bring the mat to you, there's no shame in the game. We accommodate bodies. Yoga is for every body. And then we get a little bit closer. Feel free to adjust as needed. And when you think you have everything in the right position, gently lower your chest onto your bolster and your blocks, or maybe it's just your pillows. Extend the arms as far as they feel good. Taking a few rounds of breath here, just to settle into the pose, coming back to the breath. And we'll be here for about 20 breaths, but of course you can stay as long as you like. And maybe the reflection here in child's pose is going inward and reflecting on what feels like home and family and roots to you. Staying connected to the breath, because as I like to think it, the first home you have is yourself, your body, your mind, the breath. And maybe how can we expand that in a healthy, loving, nurturing way? if you like to switch and balance your neck, maybe you switch sides to the other cheek. Settling back in, we have about 10 breaths here. Gently begin to deepen the breath. If you love to stay here, if this position is making you feel at home, and it makes you feel like you're coming back home, then feel free to stay here. If you like to transition to our next pose, bringing the hands to frame the low ribs, pressing through there, coming back up into a tabletop, and sitting back on the heels. And we'll take our blocks, if you were using them, and we'll just mosey onto our supported fish pose. You know, cardinal water cancer, so of course we have to do a fish pose here. So we bring the first block towards the back of your mat, vertical or wherever you like it, let's be honest. The second block becomes horizontal in front of that. And then we set our bolster or our pillows on top of that. And as a ramp, right? We move our blanket, because we're gonna bring the blanket over the belly if that feels good. We're gonna sit our bottom in front of the bolster, allowing yourself to adjust. And bringing the blanket over the belly, or maybe you just throw it on top of you, however you like. And then gently making your way back down. And so allow yourself to adjust. Arms can be out to the side, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. And then come back to the breath. Maybe come back to that intention that you might have set. Maybe you widen your legs as wide as your mat, taking up a lot of space. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So maybe you let your whole body take up space. Knowing it does take rest to find clarity. To become clear on what family, home, roots, emotional well-being means to you. And how does that look as you expand? And how you want to expand. Opening up the chest, the heart space, to invite in a little more love, a little more emotional well-being, invite in some nurturing from others that feel safe. While also having your root be grounded into the earth, into your mat. Being rooted in who you are right now, but also being open for the opportunities of expansion. A few more breaths here, really feeling into the heart space, feeling into our roots. Remember the sister sign of Cancer is Capricorn, cardinal earth. Can we invite in that balance? Being grounded, but also flowing, loving, nurturing. Not to say that Capricorn isn't those things. Gently bringing awareness back into your breath. We're going to plant our feet, moving our blanket out of the way. Gently moving our blocks out of the way, we don't really need them. But we're gonna move our bolster to the middle of our mat, middle of your blanket. And we're gonna have our bolster, we're gonna come flat on our bellies, but the bolster is going to support us. So we're gonna come to flat, and you might need to adjust. It should be right under your abdomen. Maybe you have your blanket and you make it into a pillow. And then your hands can be wherever you like them to be. I want you to, the invitation is to wiggle the hips a little bit and then relax. Inhale, wiggle the hips. Exhale, stillness. One more time. Wiggle the hips. Exhale into stillness. Choose what you do with your arms. Feel free to behind you. And now I want you to reflect on what it feels like to be supported in this way by the earth, by the bolster, by the pillow. To release it all down. And to just be. If it feels safe for you, maybe you visualize yourself on a little sailboat in the ocean or a lake or a river. Secure that nothing will happen, the sun is out. And the waves gently rock you. Few more breaths here if you like to get balance on the other side of the cheek, the other side of the neck. Go ahead and switch to the other side. You can stay here as long as you like. We're going to end our practice in belly down shavasana. I know it's not classic, but it's the vibes of the Cancer moon. If you like to do classic shavasana, laying flat on your back, go ahead and press through the palms, coming back into a tabletop, and then making your way to your back. But we're going to end here. And if you'd like to end your practice with me in a seated position or just there, I'm going to end our practice now. Take your time. You can stay there as long as you like. Maybe if you've come back to a seated position, hand on the heart, two hands on the belly. Giving thanks to yourself for this nourishing practice, for showing up for yourself, for honoring the new moon, the new beginnings, the new starts that are nurturing and emotionally safe and secure in this Cancer new moon. Giving thanks for the others who shared in this practice as well. The love, the light, the compassion in me most definitely honors the love,